Before the first spark of creation, before the stars, before time itself, there was nothing. But even nothingness hungers. A great abyss existed beyond existence, pressing against reality, waiting for the first crack to appear, and when it did, the void would answer. In the beginning, the universe was shaped by beings of immense power, the Celestials. Among them were Aurelian's Soul, the Star Forger, Ard, the Wandering Caretaker, Soraka, the Star Child, and Zoe, the aspect of Twilight. Together, they sculpt Runeterra, forming mountains, seas, and life itself. But in their pursuit of balance, the Celestials unknowingly built a fragile barrier between reality and the void. Long before the rise of Shurima, three sisters, Lysandra, Cyrilda, and Navarosa, sought to harness the powers that shaped their world. But their ambition came at a cost. Cyrilda lost her voice to the first twilight. Navarosa was deafened by the emptiness beneath the world, and Lysandra, blinded by a primal god, turned to darkness. The sisters thought they were fighting to tame the world, but they only drawn the gaze of something far older and more terrifying. With her sight taken, Lysandra chose instead to walk in dreams. As she navigated the fitful visions of those around her, she realized only she could see the darkness below for what it was. The lingering abyss promised not only an ending, but infinity. It was death, both dangerous and full of potential. Unknown to their sisters, Lysandra struck a deal on their behalf with the godlike entities she had communed with. The Watchers would grant them near immortality in exchange for preparing Runeterra for the coming of the Void. The three sisters and their most powerful followers were named Iceborn. Those with this ability to withstand the worst of the numbing frost would be spared until the very end. However, Lysandra's sisters grew displeased. They argued that the only thing worse than death was servitude. Caught in the middle, Lysandra tried to soothe her sister's concerns while appealing to the Watchers for more time, but unknown nothingness cared not for such platitudes. The void erupted into the mortal world in the far north, and with it, Lysandra's hidden allegiance to the Watchers became undeniable. In that moment, her only choice were to let all the world be consumed or to give up what she cared for most. Lysandra sacrificed her sisters and the allies they had gathered, entombing the Watchers beneath a glacial barrier of magical ice that could never be melted. Now, the Watchers dream, and their whispers still echo. They cannot move, cannot act, but they will seep into reality through the cracks of history. Lysandra, desperate to hold back the return, erased the truth. She rewrites history, silences those who remember, and hunts down those who could threaten her fragile prison. But the ice is beginning to melt. Centuries later, the Void found another crack in reality. The Icathians, in their arrogance, summoned the Void to defy Shurima, but what emerged was not salvation, it was devastation. Icathia was once a trivializing civilization, a beacon of independence and knowledge, but Shurima, in its hunger for conquest, crushed them under imperial rule. For centuries, the Icathians lived as subjugated people. Their culture slowly eroded. Their lands used to fuel Shurima endless wars. Resettlement festered, and in desperation, Icathia sought any means to reclaim their freedom. The leaders of Icathia turned to forbidden knowledge, seeking power beyond the reach of men and gods alike. Deep within their ruined temples, they uncovered ancient truths about the Void, power unchained by morality neither mortal nor divine. The Icathians believed they could harness it, bend it to their will, and shatter Shurima's hold over them. But the Void cannot be controlled. The moment the portal was opened, reality buckled. The void corruption spread like a plague, devouring everything in its path. The land itself withered, consumed by nothingness. Shurima ascended warriors, once proud and invincible, were forced into a war that could not be won. Those who did not perish in battle were changed forever by the void's touch. The fall of Icathia did more than summon the void. It birthed another horror. The Ascended, scarred by the void corruption, became the Darking. These once godlike beings fell into madness, their war scars twisting them into creatures of unrelenting destruction. Once revered as gods, the Darkings became nightmares. No longer unified, they turned on each other, waging endless war across Runeterra. Their bodies, once celestial gifts, became protected prisons of suffering and rage. It took the combined efforts of mortal civilizations and the few remaining untainted Ascended to seal them away, locked inside their own cursed weapons, waiting for the day they might return. If the Watchers awaken, if the void breaks through in full, Runeterra will not fall. It will cease to exist. No memory, no hope, no life. Only the endless hunger of the void remains. The void is eternal. And this is the story of the void. There isn't much we can go on since there are no advancements in the latest years. The only thing we know more of this is that the arcane is somehow related to the void, so that's something that we might explore in the future, but for now the void story is all about this, and it's possibly the ultimate villain that Runeterra will have to face in the future. If you like these types of videos, please leave a like and also subscribe, and leave your opinion in the comments on what will happen in the future of Runeterra. I will end the video here. Thank you all guys for watching, and I see you in the next one. Goodbye.